Today we're taking Maria and Ken back to the romance of Paris. First up, we'll try a classic French onion soup, followed by a roasted pork loin with a Dijon and parsley crust, accompanied by a fricassee of chanterelles, shallots and garlic. And for dessert, we'll finish with a plate of Saint-Agar, fresh figs, and serve it with a vintage port.
Hey, you.
How you doing?
Found everything?
Absolutely.
Good, good, good.
Now, I've just laid out a few bits and pieces here,
okay.
ingredients, but we've got to start with the soup. Now, see, this has got the core down this end. Mm-hmm. You want to take that well out, all right, so the onion doesn't hold together. See that little bit just there?
Cut it out.
Just cut that little piece out. Oh, they're strong.
They are very strong.
Yeah.
Am I making you cry?
You are. Start off with it there, and then just slowly pull it back down to you. You don't need to use any...
Oh, okay. Back and forth motion.
It's just a pull. That's it. So tell me about Ken. What's he like? Is he a nice, natured guy? He's not going to walk in and find his house turned upside down and go crazy.
No, he's going to say, you stalker. He's going to call me a stalker, probably, and say, oh, my goodness, only you would do this. He's very fun-loving, has a great sense of humor.
Oh, that's good.
He's open for anything, and the kids are going to just freak. So it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see their reactions.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Toss it all in here. I'll grab the pot. Okay. Drizzle some oil in. There you go. That's good. And then we throw these in.
I love olive oil.
We give that a stir. And it looks like way too many onions, doesn't it?
It does look like it's a lot. That's going to just be onions.
It cooks down to sort of less than half the size.
Okay.
You need to cook in enough olive oil that it will continue to fry and allow the onions to colour, but only as much as you need. You don't want to put too much, because otherwise you'll end up with a greasy soup.
Okay.
Do you know what? That's not nice. So,
no.
Okay, so now stick it back on the heat, and we'll just leave it on a moderate heat. You know, you don't want to cook them too quickly. This sounds like it's nice and powerful, your stove. It's interesting because every stove I ever cook on, it's always different, so it takes a while to get used to. But that sounds good. That's the sound you want to hear. You want to hear that sizzle and that crack. And then we're going to throw in some garlic.
Love garlic.
The best way to chop garlic is just to put your knife over it and whack it, and then just chop it up. That's it. You've got the motion.
Okay.
Move those two together. Well done. And we stick the garlic ready to go into the soup. Okay, now have a look. See how it's just starting to get that little tinge of colour?
Yeah.
And on the bottom it's starting to catch a little bit. That's what you're after. When you get that bit of colour, you just sort of scrape it off like that and then pop it back on the heat.
Just 1 second. Oh, it's my husband.
Is it?
It's Ken.
Okay, take it.
Okay, take it. Hey, boo. Good, what are you doing? Okay. Where are you by? So you're about 15, 20 minutes from Grandma and Grandpa's? Okay. All right, so I'll see you in about 15. Love you. Bye-bye. So he's about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so now we've got to stir this, add the bay leaves, add the thyme, put the garlic in.
All of it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, why not?
And then the thyme as well.
Okay.
Give it a good stir.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to get the beef stock hot.
Okay.
Now, we need to get the pork working.
Okay.
Okay, this is it here. So pick up your knife.
Okay.
What you want to do, just go underneath the silver skin, like that, and then pull it back in the other direction. So you just stab it in there.
Okay.
That's it. And then just keep going nice and gently. You're being a bit too gentle with it.
Am I being too gentle?
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt it.
I think we're past that stage.
It's like Silence of the Lamb.
You see, people think that pork is quite fatty, but it doesn't have to be. It does have a bit of fat around it, but you can very easily, just like this, take it off. Why don't you grab the pepper and the salt, and while I'm just touching it up, you can give it a little sprinkle. That's it. Next thing we do is drizzle some olive oil on it and give that a bit of a rub. Beautiful. And then flip him over. And the same again. Lovely jubbly. So he's going to be home any minute.
Yeah, what time is it?
It is 1:45.
Okay, we're fine. I can't wait to see his face. He's gonna find me with a man in the kitchen. I love it. That smells so good.
Give that a good stir.
Okay.
So see how you just scrape off all that colour on the bottom? What that is, it's the natural sweetness. It's the natural caramelisation of the sugars in the onions.
Okay.
Onions are really naturally sweet vegetable, so when you cook it like this, it gets even sweeter, which is why it's such a beautiful sweet soup. I'll stick it back on for you. You wouldn't imagine, would you, that all that onion cooks down to
I know.
To that little
Incredible. Now, do we bake this or broil it or?
What we're going to do is put it into a really hot pan.
Okay.
So we're getting that big pan hot.
Okay.
We're going to seal it off on all sides so it goes nice and golden.
Okay.
Nice and crispy, and then drop it down to the oven. So I'll bring this over, then you pick up the pork and just put it in nice and gently. That's it. Woo-hoo. Now look, this is creating a bit of smoke. What you want to do is turn it over.
Okay.
And see how we've got that beautiful colour on it? That's what you're after.
Gorgeous.
So now you can put just a drizzle more olive oil, and we're going to get that same colour on the other side. Lovely.
That looks great.
And then what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of salt.
Okay.
The salt just helps to lift off some of that colour from the bottom of the pan, and obviously the seasoning. And while you're doing that...
Attention crews, Maria's husband and daughters have just arrived.
So I'm going to put this in the oven.
Okay, what do I do?
Hold on. See, this is the colour we want.
Okay.
Pour it a bit of the sherry.
A bit or lots?
Yeah, a bit more, a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. Okay, that's enough. A little bit of the red wine.
Okay.
Okay, and then you just stir this around. You lift that colour off. Okay, see, let's go, let's go, let's go. God, he really surprised you.
Attention crews, Maria's husband and daughters have just arrived.
Surprise! Hey guys.
How are you?
How are you? Going out.
No,
Ken, I'm Curtis, mate.
Curtis?
Nice to meet you.
Nice
How
to
you
meet
doing?
you.
We're filming a show called Take Home Chef. We met your lovely wife this morning in the supermarket. We spoke a little bit about food and what you guys all like to eat and what you don't like to eat. And, we've put together a little menu that hopefully takes you guys back to Paris from when you did the thing that makes all us guys, you know, want to kill you because it makes us all look bad. But, you
Set the bar kind of high.
You proposed to her on the top of the Eiffel Tower, which is beautiful. So that's it, guys. I'm here at your service to cook a nice dinner.
surprise? Yeah.
Welcome home.
Once these people come out and go, surprise, you're like, who are these people in my house?
She's always mentioned that she was gonna, someday she was gonna be on the show.
How are you?
She's very outgoing and I'm not a bit surprised, so I guess the lesson is you have to be careful what you wish for, so.
Talk about catch me off guard. What a cute family. Weren't they gorgeous little girls? I've got the onions here, which have cooked right down. It's nearly ready. The next thing is the stock. So I'm just going to add this to the onions. You want to just sort of bring it up to a gentle simmer and just let it tick over for about half an hour, 45 minutes. Half an hour, because these guys will be hungry soon. All right, now what we need to get ready with is the croûtes. Now what a croûte is a giant crouton. Okay, it's the daddy of all the croutons. So I've got a baguette, and I'm going to slice through the baguette so the size pretty much fills up the soup cup. So they go in there, under the broiler. Our soup's boiling, which is always a good start. So while the bread's in there toasting, I'm going to take the soup with a little ladle here, just pick it up and pop it straight into your bowl like that. So the croutons, or the croûtes, are really nice and dark. What you want to do is just float the croûtes to the soup and take plenty of this cheese and sprinkle it over the top of the bread. The next thing is the parsley. You put just a little bit of parsley on the top of the cheese, and then you drop the tray back under the broiler. It takes about 2, maybe 4 minutes. They sound ready, they smell ready. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, they're ready. Oh, yum. Have a look at those. Isn't that beautiful? Here we go. Now, guys, what we have is a French onion soup, which I suppose you guys had a bit when you were in Paris, right?
We had a lot of French onion soup.
Good.
Almost every day.
It's got a little bit of bread on the top with plenty of cheese melted, so
Perfect.
enjoy.
Thank you so much. It's outside. Yummy. That's good. That's very good. Got the cheesy part? Isn't it yummy?
I ate it all.
You ate
Did
it all
you
already.
eat all the cheese?
Cheese is your favorite.
Check the pork. Rock and roll. So you want to get it always into the thickest part of the meat, and then you know that it's cooked that far to the thickest area. That's at about 160 now. Beautiful, feels about right. So the pork's taken care of. What I do need to do is my mushrooms. So first things first, take some of the mushrooms. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
Come on over.
Okay.
I'll show you what we're going to do. You can drizzle a little bit of olive oil. That's it. And do you want to put about half of those shallots into there? That's it. Good girl. Well done. Bit more. We throw the garlic in. Good work. Then next, we're going to put in the mushrooms. And then back onto the heat. Now, what we did, guys, before was we cooked this big loin of pork. Next, I need, for you, Brooklyn, to put 2 big teaspoons right onto the pork there. That's it. Maybe one's enough. Good girl. That's extra big. So give that a good brush. That's it. Just over the top.
Oh.
There you go. Good work. Now, why don't you sprinkle this all over there so it's all nice and even. Do you want to do that, Brooklyn? Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'll tell you, this will be even faster. Why don't we do it like this? Give it a good roll. So I'm going to sit the pork on the plate like that, and that's ready to go. Thanks, girls, for all your help. Why don't you guys run in, and then I'll bring in your main courses.
When we walked in to help Curtis with the main course, it was really fun because it's not all the time you get to, help someone that's like on TV all the time for your dinner. It was really fun.
Aren't they cute little girls? And they know how to cook. It's amazing. Take a spoon and just divide the mushrooms up between the 4 plates. So here we go. They go there. Get your pork, and then just slice it into fairly thin slices. Okay, sort of like that. And of course, the secret ingredient is the truffle. Yum. So, dinner's ready. So here it is, guys. Now what we've got is a fricassee of mushrooms, and then the pork loin's been roasted with a bit of Dijon mustard and some parsley, and then some sliced black truffles, which is another French ingredient. So enjoy it.
Thank you. Gonna make up. You got it? Ooh, that's delicious. The mushrooms.
Do you want to eat like this every day?
I wish.
Now, for dessert, the cheese is a French bleu. You'll see it looks a little bit damp. That's because it's been sitting out for about an hour. It's been at room temperature, which is how you should always serve cheese. Slice it up, just place it here. Next is the figs. Just cut those and just sort of fill in the gaps of the cheese plate. Now, what I'm going to do with the port is just pour a little bit of it into a little saucepan. So stick it onto the hot plate. It only takes about 2 or 3 minutes. And then I'm just going to drizzle that down the outside of the plate, which just gives the cheese just that extra little bit of sweetness. So, the cheese, the figs, the port reduction, and a few crackers. Guys, what we've got for dessert is a little bit of cheese, and it's just served with some figs and a little bit of port reduction. Now, you don't have to worry about the port because I've heated it right up, so all the alcohol's burnt off, so you guys can have a little taste, okay? But it's been lovely being in your home. Thank you so much. I'm glad that I was able to come and cook with you guys. So have a lovely time, enjoy your cheese and enjoy each other. It's been really nice meeting you all. So I'll see you soon.
So much.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Awesome.
It was
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks a lot. See you later, Ken. Bye. See you, girls. Take care. Enjoy.
Okay, let's try it. I loved everything from the meal. The French onion soup, for me, was spectacular. So I know that's something I will probably do often. The girls love cheese and the onions and the bread. It was spectacular, and it's an easy meal. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy, so.
The whole meal was great, but the French onion soup, which was a starter, was probably my favorite because it really reminded me of when we were in Paris together and let us share that experience with the kids.